right, so me and Corvo are about to do a little video here. We're gonna watch the Halo trailer that's coming, thanks to Paramount. So this is my gonna be mine and his first time checking this out. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I used to be a huge fan of Halo, like not even like a little bit, a huge fan. But I never could get into the books. I never could get into a lot of things. The only thing I could really, one way I could really consume Halo was through the video games. And if there was any animated series, which I watched the animated series, I didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't that great though. Playing other games, played a little bit of Halo, little of a lot or little little. Hey, little grump or brother, I don't know. Anyways, so for those who are wondering, right now I'm going to be doing this during my stream. So I'm using my stream. I'm going to take this VODs of my stream, edit it down to this part. So we're going to make a little short video. Won't be able to do editing, so I'm going to just be popping right onto the YouTube channel. So if you are here from the YouTube channel, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. You're looking forward to this as much as I am. All right, so Corvo, how much of this game or this franchise have you really got into, if you would say? Like, how many? Okay, so what is Master Chief? You know his name. You know the background of the AI. You know the universe from which they came about and why the Halos were created and made. Um, this is this is gonna be like this is gonna be Star Wars without the Jedi. I feel. It looks very futuristic, very technology driven. It's gonna be very much in an aspect of a military war. I don't know if they're gonna really go off of, like, I want them to go off of the fact that these people have to go through these mutations in their bodies and go through these they're such a dramatic change in their physical form, kind of like the Captain America from Marvels. It's a huge change in her body to go straight from that to a military, you know, almost dog warfare with another race of beings out in the universe looking to wipe out and control and dominate everybody in the name of their religion at first. Almost you would say, would you say religious zealots? Oh, wait. I lost the audio for you. Okay, sorry about that. Um, Real quick, back to zealot things. Would you call it a religious zealots? I just not realize we didn't have audio. So
No, I like I said, I would think more they're faith driven. And by that I mean faith would roll up their political and religious views, not just the religious views. I wouldn't say religious zealots. I would say faith driven species. They believe in themselves quite a bit.
And you also said a political side of it as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say faith, not religious, because faith, you can have faith in your government just like you can have faith in your religion.
Mm.
So I think that word faith would encompass their entirety, their political and their religion driven aspects.
I'm gonna ask you this question real fast. Is it a religion based on their political side of things, or is it religious just from a like a godly thing?
I almost want to say that the two sides just branched off of the same coin.
Mm.
I wouldn't say one is based on the other, because you have in this race you have the ones that were born and bred and more specialized political types, and then you have the ones that are born and bred more specialized religious types. I don't think that one is based off the other. I think they're two branches of the same coin.
Mm-hmm. Two branches, okay. So one's maybe going off of religion, one's but they still political, but the others maybe like just they're more of the just their strength is almost their religion in a sense.
Right.
And they have that kind of mindset in this universe, very much like Star Wars, like I said before. Very much of a body morphous, technology going on to try to combat this other race of species, kind of like Captain America again. And you said, what was your response about the question about how you feel like what do you want to see in this show?
I would like to see some of the things that were alluded to in the books and mentioned in the games, but weren't really brought to the forefront where you could really get a grasp of it. I'd like to see some of that stuff come out more to the forefront.
Maybe a little bit more humanized things, like the impact that this stuff would cause to humans.
Yeah, more. Yeah, I mean, it's always alluded to the great stress and trials that they had to go through to become Spartans, but never really nobody's ever really focused on it. So I'd like to see some focus on that. I'd like to see some focus on why at a certain point there's so few Spartans,
Hmm.
as opposed to when they all were originally, put out there. So that's kind of the stuff I'd like to see.
I would like to see not only the mental side of having such a morphous change of your body structure, the impact of being in a military and having to pretty much be a one-man army going out into space fighting legions of these covenants and other alien species in the name of their faith and their government, and how that would work on one's psyche. Like there's regular people in the show, and then there's these giant, gargantuous, 7 foot, 8 foot tall human monstrosities almost of men and women, all done as body changing to be just like these perfect, almost like the perfect soldier, and having to go out there and watch all those people die in front of you. And
That's what they were aiming for, was the perfect soldier to combat the what they called the perfect threat.
mhm. And just that would do so much. And of course, like I said before, the show is going to be done by Paramount Plus, or I believe that's what it's called. Originally a movie maker, but it's going to be make a TV show. Now, do you really think they're going to be able to? It's a TV show, so they'll be able to draw it out much longer. But do you really think they're going to be able to take themselves outside the aspect of a hey, this is a movie to hey, this is a TV show where we can
Fingers crossed they do.
take their time? Very much finger crossed. I would like them to be able to nail this like The Witcher. Take from that, go as much as go fly close to the sun you possibly can. Don't wait for the sun. Don't look for a new star. Don't look for a new universe. Stay to the universe that's already in and near that star. I would say if you have to rip from it, because I really want the show to be good. Because I played all the games up to Halo 3, and I played some of the other ones here and there. I watched the anime series. I could not read the books, unfortunately, but I have been hoping for a game to come back for a Halo franchise for a long time. And Halo Infinite seems like it's gonna be that game. I hope I will be fortunate to maybe like after all this is over with, maybe to play the new Halo game. I would like to. It's open world, and I would like to. I'm not a big shooter fan gamer anymore, but Halo Infinite's definitely calling back to me. So let's go ahead and watch the trailer. Now I will be pausing it every now and then, just a little FYI to try to combat the DMCA that YouTube and other places like to do with us uh doing a video on it. So if if you get annoyed by it, trust me, it's not because I just want to, it's because I have to. So all right, so we're gonna start up here. This is what I guess is the major city and daily investments. I don't know. This is on Earth or Earth as we may know it. And let's see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. Bum, 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 bum.
You're special.
All right, so you're special. That's what it's always said to her Spartan. I'm gonna move you back into frame. You straighten up your posture a little bit there. But she said you're special. She's always said that to her Master Chief. Now, I'm guessing right now the person that's speaking is gonna be Cortana. I don't really know for sure, but it sounds like it could be Cortana because she's always said that to the Master Chief. And looks like there's some ships and the main city's already been shown in the big military people running up to the ships as well. So nothing really iconic just yet. But I want to get land on that. If everybody's wondering like who's she calling you're special.
Yep.
Iconic ship right there.
In fact, I'm counting on it.
Okay. I don't know who this is, but if you would take a guess who you think she's gonna be, who do you think she's gonna be?
I think she's the scientist in charge of the Spartan project.
I'm guessing she is the scientist that takes a part of herself and her memory and makes the AI for Master Chief. Possibly. I don't remember if she was blonde or not. But she's a pretty woman. Hairstyle's kind of similar. Of course, the AI is all blue, but I know that one of the professors takes parts of herself and her memories and her thoughts and makes the AI and gives it to the main Master Chief. Now, we go back a little bit here. We already see a glimpse of him. And I don't know if it gives it really a good scaling. Okay, come on. Where's it at? There it is. There he is. Him in his outfit from the back. You don't really get a good look on it. I have to say that you really can't see it that much. It's kind of a dark scene.
Well, I mean, they're trying to keep some at this point. It's early in the trailer. They're still trying to keep some intrigue about it. You know?
Yeah, I kind of wish they would have put him something next to something, at least in a somewhat of a scene where you can get a real like a grasp. Maybe a little later on in the trailer, but a grasp of how tall these Spartans are.
Now, you do have realistic expectations, right? You do realize that it would be hard to find a 7-8 foot tall person to do this.
I'm sure like they could put them. Well, not only need some taller boots, but like just have the camera angle, kind of like for like Lord of the Rings, right? Hobbits against regular humans, kind of do the same thing. Just it's camera perspective. They can have one person in the foreground and one in the background if you want to go that way. Or just in the CGI, just shrink the person. I don't know how you would do it, but really like make sure you give off that aspect of these guys for a regular person are like they tower over basketball players.
I'm counting on it.
Okay, little Matrix feel right there.
We're lost in the dark.
A lot of characters I don't recognize so far. What is that?
I don't know.
Is that the aliens home like thing or something? It's very pretty, whatever it is. But I have like no clue what the heck that's supposed to be. Okay, keep. It's like a mushroom, like a big mushroom.
It looks like a giant space mushroom.
Or it's gonna be a death cannon. Star Wars. I called it. See Star Wars right there. Fire the cannon! Or the laser beams, whatever the words for it is.
But you.
A lot of women characters so far. And I don't know who any of them are. Is there any guys in this trailer at all? There you go.
People hope. And I will always be with you.
Do you think that's going to be Master Chief when he was younger?
If I had to venture to guess, it's either him or somebody that's going to be integral to the plot.
I don't want a Witcher, Witcher Halo, right? It's supposed to be this own little thing, but if they go down that route and go from like, hey, here's him as younger and how he grew up to become the Spartan we know, I wouldn't be too down. I wouldn't be like, hey, no, just go for it. Let's venture outside the box. But
the book, I know you didn't get to read the books, but the books do go back into detail as how he grew up and how he became who he is.
Well, that's unfortunate for me. Because
So they have material to work for that. They do have material on what the kids went through and how they became who they are and all that stuff.
okay, being that you have a military background and some variations, do you feel like the universe is very true to how the military would act and respond and think?
Well, I mean, it is a normal military response to when you hit something that is overwhelming odds to instantly start researching how to embetter yourself.
Hmm.
And in some cases that don't always lead to the easiest solution. Sometimes the solution is very often painful to us as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see something like this happening in the right circumstance.
I definitely say for me there is seeing both perspectives from The Witcher to Halo Master Chief. There's definitely some very close cross pollination here. I feel like maybe Halo maybe took some from the Witcher series or the other way around, taking regular people and like making like these these concoctions, this technology to enhance normal person to a
Well,
super-like
it's a
strength.
common thread through a lot of different series. I think there's always something that we as a species need to be better to combat, and we have a tendency to look for a way to embed to make that happen. Whether it be like in Witcher, where they created Witchers, or where in a Halo, where they created Spartans, or you know, any other type of situation. I mean, almost every significant hero in a movie of this caliber, whether it's set back in olden days or in the future, has to have some kind of alteration to themselves to be able to make them be able to combat the threat. So it's not abnormal.
Okay. All that I can think is like only thing that doesn't go through this kind of dramatic thing are like Jedi's because like they're kind of bored with the powers and they just have to kind of
They have to
train them.
cultivate it.
Yeah, cultivate it. Yeah, that's a better word for it. Way better. Cultivate it. All right. And the music's also nice. There's a
I see
military
this.
ground, another woman, a couple more Spartans. Okay. We got a couple more Spartans right here. Like seeing this. We got 3 Spartans. I'm glad to have more than one Spartan in it because honestly, I like Master Chief, number 117, but I like to know that the universe still has the other ones and the different variations of them. So there's the variations. There's multiple versions. Got a scout. We got a looks like a assault rifle and a sniper. I could be wrong. There could be another type of assault rifle, and they're showing them. So that's good to have them in the universe, not just one guy up close. And then we got the beautiful. This is a beautiful scene. I like this already. All of the
This would be a nice wallpaper.
yeah, like this is a beautiful scene. All of the other ships flying off in a nice coordinated little small pack. Um, do you know why
Right?
they? Yeah,
They're flying in formation.
yeah, formation. Do you know why they fly so close to each other?
Formations are basically different formations have different reasons. So like, um, traveling formation is mainly for being able to have maximum coverage on sensors and visuals, so you know if anything's coming up on you. Attack formation obviously is for the most effective attack coordination between all the ships. A defensive posture is the best posture to be in to be able to defend yourself as a group. Every formation has a different reason.
I would imagine
So,
this looks like they're so closely cluttered together. This is the defense more a defense coordination. So
well,
with this,
this may be a variation of that, but you remember if you look in the background, they're leaving a location. They can't very well be spread out all over the place. It's
okay.
probably a small location, so they're probably in like a defensive slash travel posture.
Hmm.
They may spread out a little bit once they're out and away from this place into a normal traveling posture.
Yeah.
So
And this is a lot of the ships that they go through space into other places, and they will send Spartans through other planets or whatever to help combat. And they have a small contingent group, regular humans that can help them out either through remotely or go scouting or whatnot. And the Spartan is pretty much on his own for a lot of times. He might be running a group of Spartans every now and then, but uh, it's it's showing a lot of the fanfare stuff. They're showing multiple Spartans. They're showing the weaponry. They're showing the ships. I want to see Chief. I know he's coming, but that's going to be the written moment. Now I hope they nail the voice. That's something that's going to be, in my opinion, should be easy because you're never going to see his face. So just have person in bodysuit that's a stunt devil and have the voice actor from the game just voice over him, right?
well, you say that that's easy, but you got to remember, actors, you have to meet their terms for them to do stuff, and if he didn't agree to the terms, he's not going to do it.
True, true.
I mean, he's a person. He may not want to do Master Chief anymore. I mean, there was a time where your voice actor for Vader didn't really want to do Vader anymore. He was tired of being Vader. He was tired of being referred as Vader. You get to a point as a voice actor where you don't want to do that character anymore because you feel like it's defining your entire career. So he he may or may not do the voice. The biggest thing for me is getting it as close as possible, even if they can't get him. So I mean, I don't expect it to be exact unless they get him. But if they don't get him, I expect them to at least look to try to get something as close to it as possible.
Yeah, close and make me believe it, right? Like make sure the voice actor and the actor that playing with the voice is really giving out the vibe of this really hardened Spartan that's been almost a solo army all alone. He's practically a boogeyman of the universe. So that's how I see him to the other races. He's a legend. There
As
he
in the
is.
beginning.
Okay, so they definitely have a lot of people that I don't know are part of the books. I'm trying to get back to this gentleman right here. Don't know who he is. I don't even recognize any of the other actors. I don't recognize any of the females. Don't recognize any of the males. I don't recognize any actors. So if anybody knows who these people are and if they play good characters in other shows or other movies, let me know. But I don't recognize any of them.
I know the female actress, the one that we were talking about, the scientist, but I can't think of her name right now.
The blonde? Okay.
Yeah, but she's a fairly decent actress. She does a pretty good job usually on what she does.
Okay. I would take you on the word for that. But of course, they showed off the match sheet. Now, only thing I had to say is they didn't show off the 117 right here. I was hoping they would show the 117, but his armor.
It is. It's right there.
There it is. Oh yeah, I see it now.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's right on his right above the paramount 117. There it is. But his armor is like almost iconic. His helmet's iconic. His green coloring of his armor is iconic. The gun on his back is not very much an iconic thing, but it's just whatever he's using at the time. They gave him the Superman landing. I wish they kind of would have gave him the I don't know if you remember which game it was, where he like threw something below him and he smacked into it, then landed. I would have done that version of it, but it's plenty of times he crash landed without any landing gear with him and been just fine. Because these Spartans would literally drop from the atmosphere of planets all the way down to the planet themselves, land, and then stand up. Like, they have no problems doing that, apparently. Like, this atmosphere.
That's a long way down.
Yeah, it's forget what's it? Velocity? What's that point in the sky? At a certain point, you hit a terminal velocity, I want to say.
Yeah, terminal velocity.
And your weight goes by like times 10 or something like that, and then for every like 100 feet or whatnot, it gets more and more and more. You go faster and faster, and once you hit the ground, you splat. But apparently they did it like it's Sunday. It's just another day of the week. I'm looking forward to it. I would like to see another trailer for it. I don't know if there is, because problem is, like, I had this one image right here for those who are watching my screen. I have the picture of what you're seeing right now on the trailer, but there's one right below Corvo for a trailer that I have not seen just yet. If it is online or whatnot. Okay, so while I'm go looking for it, what is your thoughts on it so far and what being presented to us?
I mean, I feel like they're representing a large part of the. They're showing you that they're trying to do this the way they should. There's not just one Spartan. There's multiple. There's not just. It's not going to be just all fighting all the time. There are going to be backstory. Um, and of course they're showing you that yes, we do have the man with the plan. Here he is. So I feel like that they're trying to convey in this that we're going to try to do this justice, guys. But I mean, like anything, until you see it, you'll never know.
I kind of hope they show Cortana, because, well, Cortana to me is just like, to me personally, Cortana is much of Halo as Master Chief is Halo. Like, just her voice is pretty much
Yeah.
just like the voice of the game in
Well,
Halo 1.
well, all I got to say is when you pass Halo 3 and you keep going, you're going to be surprised at some things.
Yeah, and I hope they bring her in. I did find another trailer for it, so we're gonna check that out real quick. There's a little bit more. It's a minute and 9 seconds, so not very long. And as far as I scripted in a little bit quick, looks like there's a human body. I don't know they're actually gonna show the actual Master Chief or another Spartan. I hope they show other Spartans. I do. I hope they have other Spartans interacting and responding and showing off the, like, it's not just this one guy, but this is the character that you follow in the game and in the story, and he became his own. He's almost his own legend now. Like, he's a cut above the normal Spartan.
Yeah.
He's the guy that
The Spartan. He's the Spartan that all other Spartans want to be.
yes, and if everybody's going, hey, why is this one guy so special? It's because he just has that mindset. He's
the Master Chief.
Yeah. So, and that's something I was in RTC for 4 years, and I always tell people I was a Master Chief in my RTC, and I always thought that was so cool to going, hey, I'm Master Chief in my RTC group, but also in video game. It's like, it felt so cool to be called Master Chief, and something about the word Master and Chief just like sounds so cool to me. Just Master, not a Master Chef, Master Chief. It sounds so cool. Okay, so we're gonna try to look at this out. It's gonna be a little bit clips, I'm sure, of the other trailer. This is a trailer that came out December the 7th. So not that long ago, or this might be the first trailer. I'm not entirely sure, but I know it's a little bit different. So let's check this out. Same scenery do you know what the name of those ships are? I used to know the name of them.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
And look, I realized they're the warthogs to the left. Can you make sure you can see this? The warthogs to the left. And they also have the tanks to the right.
Yep.
Did not notice the tanks. The scene went by so quick. Oh, and also the four-wheelers right in front of the whatever that ship is named. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm gonna get myself in the ass for it. I don't see no Spartans in this scene though. So I guess this is probably a drill, right? When they land, this is what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to grab their gear, run on the ship, plant it down. They're probably doing some quick drills to try to get themselves ready, prepared for landing. We're gonna get past that point. Try to get up here. Cause I see someone's back. Okay. Now, you may know the answer to this, and I don't, because I already have a question. What's with the scars on his back and going up his neck? Did they actually cut it into their bodies?
There's certain modifications you can't do through just pure genetics.
Okay, so is there like muscle modification, robotic modifications?
I can't remember exactly what they did, but I do know that some of it was evasive.
Oh, that like that's not just like one big old gouge. That's like three. It's like one over the shoulders, one down the mid back, and there was one lower, one down the neck of the spine. Oh man, like you imagine like, oh no, thank you. I don't care how much I want to help people. That is a no from me. 117. Okay, so you get to see what he looks like somewhat outside of his armor. Can you imagine being the actor that gets to play Master Chief in this show? I'm just saying that would be a deep honor for me, like a huge honor. If I was an actor that got to play Master Chief,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be tall enough. That's for damn well sure. But that's beside the point. It make me look tall.
Hello, Master Chief.
Huh? You hear that?
Yep.
One more time. One more time. I'm gonna hear that voice.
Hello, Master Chief.
That's pretty close. I don't know. That's the actor from the game, but that could. That's if it's not, it's very convincing. Very convincing. And she calls him Master Chief, which is
Yep.
not. Don't hear his voice just yet. (2022) next year. Okay, another little mini trailer. Let's see what this one has in store. Of anything new? Okay, nothing new in that one. Okay, so the rest of it is just.
I think if the trailers are any indication, I think they're stepping out on the right foot. It begs to be seen whether they stay there or not.
I hope they do, and I hope that hope I didn't mess up any part of this video because I just not realized I was pushing a different button. Oh God, I'm an idiot sometimes. Okay, so I'm looking forward to it. I would like to hear his voice. I know these are just trailers. They want to try to get people's, get the people's reaction, get the response. Simple trailer. Don't want to give away too much. Don't want to give people too much hope on it, or let people see something they might like, go, oh wow, y'all messed up there. I'm not watching it now. And but I have high hopes. Shall we looking forward to seeing it?
Yep.
I don't know what's gonna be airing on though. Does Paramount have his own Hulu, HBO channel?
I'm not sure.
I hope not. I'm getting I'm so tired of all these other it's almost it's getting to a point where every channel on regular network TV is going to have their own subscription based channel. And I'm not down for that. I'm not. Somebody needs to make a deal and just all that stuff together, because I don't want to pay, for 3 or 4 things just to watch one TV series, and then what after the TV series is over, what am I gonna watch now? There's nothing here interesting. I got what I wanted.
Yep.
I'm not gonna keep on subscribing to something that's not interesting and paying five or six subscriptions for channels or for practically channels I'm never gonna watch again until something else interesting comes out. So yeah, that is it. I again, if you're here from the YouTube channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this. And if what are you looking forward to? What would you like them to see to put in the TV show? Are you worried about it? You think Paramount's gonna do? I have a lot of questions myself.
I am a little curious as to why none of the other species showed up in any of the trailer though.
Yeah, I would like to see that too. Whether or not they go, I would imagine they would go full blown CGI. I like the old school monster, costume look, but it's kind of hard sometimes to give that look off to actors to really, be able to portray, especially the little guys. Then again, they could be just go full on scale little guys, put some midgets in it, or sorry, short people, small humans. whatever way you're saying. I know Mitch, it's a derogatory term. Sorry, don't mean to. It just comes off the tongue. And of course, you could put some big guys in the big suits, put some skinny guys in the small aliens' bodies. They could do it. I'm just thinking CGI would just be way less intrusive, and you don't have to worry about the person's acting. You just can just, or not to worry about the person's act. You don't have to worry about the person's stature. You just have to worry about the acting afterwards, and just like, hey, if you have the acting skills, we'll put you in this character in this role. I feel in the grunts.
Well, I just had a fantastic thought.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about all these movies. What if they did a live action of Metroid and used like Scarlett Johansson as Samus?
Oh man, that would probably make a lot of people pretty happy. Scarlett Johansson would probably have to be. I don't know. It's Metroid. Like, she don't say very much stuff, right?
Yeah, she speaks every once in a while.
Is she sarcastic or not?
It depends on the situation. And when dealing with technology and it not wanting to work, sometimes she is.
Okay, because the Scarlett Johansson, she has a very serious kind of actor style, and I don't know. I didn't see.
No, she's played some pretty sarcastic characters too.
I had to see some of her other movies to see if I feel she has the full sarcasm. But I don't really know if she might have it. She'll have. She's an actor. She can adapt. That's what actors do. They adapt and learn the role from which they play as. But what's your thoughts? Would you like to see a Metroid movie? I don't know. I feel like they're really, a lot of companies are trying to get finally into what their new generation, or they're still, what would you call us? We're not the new generation, but we're the adult generation now that is like, hey, you want to cater to somebody. We are the generation that you should be catering toward, because, a lot of the older generation will either, not be a very fan of the new stuff, or, you already have the, what's the word for it? The recipe to make them satisfied.
Right.
Now make this generation satisfied with a new recipe, and that's video games, that's anime, that is a lot of video games and anime. That's Marvel comic books. So that's a pretty three right there. I would say. Would you say that's pretty much video games,
I would say so.
animes, and comic books? That's us. That's our generation. So cater to us, and don't fly too far away from the sun. I don't know what don't fly too close to the moon. But
I don't know, man.
In this case, I do want you to. But anyways, so as always, have a good day, have a good night, and have a good life. Much love, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye. And those who are in my stream right now, I'm not actually in my stream. I'm just saying bye for the video.